Every year, MySchool needs to be configured to make sure your cohort continue their journey with inside of your institute. Some new starters, promotions, and eventual graduations. With MySchool, we call this the rollover. All your data is stored on a yearly data table. So let's look on how we can roll over your data as easy as possible. One question we regularly receive is, when can I start the rollover? The answer is as early as possible. It makes your return to school after the holidays a painless practice. If everything is set up, all you have to do is set the year and open the portals. There are many things to think about for rollover, but with these quick and simple steps, you'll be set up in no time. Let's get the ball rolling. Year management can be accessed via the configuration panel, or administer advanced options and look for year management in the list. This is the start and the end of the rollover process. Let's open the target year and add the dates. If you don't have future years in your system, you may need to change user group permissions. Contact MySchool support for assistance in this. When we set the dates, we are setting the parameters of class and course enrollment for the students. The first day is the day you wish to take attendance or start your schedules. Once done, we can save. Next, we create the classes in the new year. There are a few options here. If you have a classic K-12 setup, the easiest way is to create these manually. It only takes a few minutes. If you have a seeded or programmed approach to class labeling, use the import tool instead. Create an Excel template with the name of the class and associated class level. Ask your CSM for access to the import tool if you do not have that permission. If you use seeding or cannot as yet determine where the students will be placed, no problems. Create a holding class for each class level and ask support to enable dual enrollment. This means you can promote all of the students to this class and assign individual classes when ready. When class enrollment is finalized and the holding class is empty, delete these and ask to re-enable single enrollment once more. I would advise setting up the classes now, as you may have some new starters waiting to be created, or be able to enroll new applicants directly from your workflow. If you wish, you can start to promote students at this stage, even if you don't know the term dates yet. All class enrollment needs are the year dates. Once the classes are created, we now go back to the configuration panel. Open term management. It is advisable to set up the terms before you create the courses. Equally, it makes it easier if the dates have been fixed and won't change. Term dates affect assessments, assignments and attendance. They must be within the parameters of your year date. Some tips to managing terms. If you're changing the configuration in any way, we would advise to archive and start a new configuration. I like to add Zs to the start of the configuration name, and add numbers and a year reference to the active configurations. This keeps the list view manageable and easy to view. If you are keeping the same configuration, just add the grade levels to the target year and activate the terms and add the dates. Now, with terms created, all future courses will have the appropriate terms added on creation. Next step is to set up your timetable configuration. Although not critical for your courses, it is a great time saver to have available when starting course enrollment. Access the timetable configuration from the configuration panel or via Administer Advanced Options. If nothing will change, apply the configuration to the next year's grade levels. If you are using a regular week type, please contact our support team as we will need to reset the calendar for you. If you are using a day mapping irregular setup, you need to map the days for the next year. If you are changing the format, we advise to archive and start a new configuration, much like we did with the terms. Now we can start to create the enrollment. Again, if you have issues about students, guardians and staff having access to the new class enrollment, please discuss the options with your CSM to block access beforehand. First step is to determine which method to use. The simplest method is to use the people picker and move whole cohorts in a few clicks. Using the import tool can be simple as well. The promotion rollover tool can also help in this case. Let's look at the first method. Using the people picker, I'm going to time travel into the future and promote my grade 4s into grade 5. Open the class in the next year. Using the Student tab, let's add some students. In the People Picker, change the date to the actual system year, and let's find the grade 4s of this current year. Select all or refine your selection in the next stage if some students are not returning or haven't met promotion requirements. There, one class level done in a few simple steps. If you wish to create an import sheet, then no problems. We need first to extract the student data and MSM ID to create the enrollment template. Let's extract the current year's grade 5 list and enroll them into grade 6. The import tool is simple, and if you don't have access, then contact your CSM for help. If you do need a holding class, then ask for dual enrollment to be activated. This way, you can promote 2 different class cohorts into one holding class in the future year and assign the new classes once enrollment has been finalized. Let's try this out with our 2 grade 6 cohorts and move them into grade 7 using the people picker. We have activated dual enrollment and a holding class in grade 7. Timetable to the future and choose the whole grade 6 from the current year. The holding class now has all new grade 7s. We just need to break them up into 7A and B classes. Still in the future year, we enter the names of the students of grade 7A and grade 7B. All students have now dual enrollment in their real target class and the holding class. Once all students have been enrolled into their correct classes, we can delete the holding class and return to the system default of 1 class enrollment per student. Now we're ready to create courses. It is as simple as asking your CSM. We can copy all courses into the next year. Just tell us what you would like to copy from the terms, the teachers, the schedule slots, the rooms, and custom fields. If you're using a scheduler like UNTIS or ASC, these can also be created from the import tools. Now we just have to enroll the students. Again, we can use the people picker technique, which is maybe a solution for you, or use quick reports to extract a list of students with their MSM ID and the exact name of the course in the target column. You need to duplicate the student line to enroll them into separate courses per row. Discuss with your CSM for access and assistance with this. The main part is now completed, and you're nearly ready to set the current year when the school starts. If you want to get ahead even more, why not roll over your assessments? Let's look at the bulk update tool to do this. Go to Subject Specifications. The copy function is for individual subjects, but the bulk update learning outcomes has a rollover option, allowing you to copy all assessments, topic and content, and learning outcomes from the current year to the next. Please note that it is important to check the target year. Ensure that this is for the next year only. We recommend now that you check a few profiles. You should see correct enrollment, maybe impersonate a few teachers to make sure they can take attendance. Everything looking good? A quick reminder to reactivate access if you have blocked this. And now let's set the year. It may take some time to change. Don't worry, it is set as the new year and you are ready to go.